On March 9th, 1997, the vibrant, larger-than-life figure of Christopher Wallace, known to the world as the Notorious B.I.G. or Biggie Smalls, was leaving a Vibe magazine party in Los Angeles. Just 6 months prior, his rival, Tupac Shakur, had been gunned down in Las Vegas. The East Coast-West Coast hip-hop feud had reached a fever pitch, consuming headlines and fans alike. That night, as Biggie's Chevy Suburban idled at a red light, the world held its breath, unaware that another legend was about to be tragically silenced. What happened next wasn't just another senseless act of violence. It was a devastating blow to music, a deepening of a dark conspiracy, and the birth of one of America's most enduring cold cases. Who pulled the trigger that night? And why has justice for Biggie Smalls remained so elusive for over 2 decades? Christopher George Latore Wallace was a Brooklyn prodigy. His rhymes painted vivid pictures of street life, struggle, and ambition, delivered with an effortless flow and an unforgettable baritone. He was just 24 years old, a towering figure in hip-hop, already a multi-platinum artist, and poised for even greater global superstardom. On that fateful night, Biggie had attended the Soul Train Music Awards and later an after-party hosted by Vibe and Quest Records at the Peterson Automotive Museum. As the clock approached 12:30 a.m., the fire department closed the event due to overcrowding. Biggie and his entourage, including his bodyguard, headed out. He was in the front passenger seat of a dark green Suburban. Just a few cars behind his friends, Sean Puffy Combs and Lil' Kim. As his vehicle waited at a red light on Wilshire Boulevard, a dark Chevrolet Impala SS pulled up alongside it. The driver, described as an unknown African-American male, rolled down his window and, without a word, fired several shots into Biggie's SUV. 4 bullets struck Christopher Wallace. His bodyguard, a former LAPD officer, immediately rushed him to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, but it was too late. He was pronounced dead at 1:15 a.m. The initial investigation was complicated by the sheer chaos of the scene and the highly charged atmosphere surrounding the hip-hop community. Witnesses struggled to give clear descriptions of the shooter or the vehicle beyond its make and color. The immediate assumption for many was that this was a retaliation for Tupac's murder, an escalation of the infamous East Coast-West Coast rivalry. But as the years turned into decades, the simple narrative began to unravel, replaced by layers of conspiracy and allegations of police corruption. The LAPD's investigation yielded little public progress, fueling theories that ranged from Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight's involvement to rogue LAPD officers. One prominent theory, largely explored in a Los Angeles Times series by Chuck Phillips and later detailed in books like Randall Sullivan's Labyrinth, suggested a connection between corrupt LAPD officers and Suge Knight. It was alleged that Officer David Mack, an LAPD officer with ties to Knight and the Bloods gang, was involved in the murder, possibly hiring a hitman named Amir Muhammad. Mack was later imprisoned for bank robbery, but never charged in Biggie's murder. However, the LAPD officially dismissed many of these theories, citing a lack of credible evidence and inconsistencies in witness accounts. They maintained that the investigation was open but stalled. Biggie's family, heartbroken and frustrated, filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the city of Los Angeles, alleging that the LAPD knowingly concealed evidence and had prior knowledge of a conspiracy to murder him. This lawsuit brought to light many of the internal conflicts and alleged cover-ups within the police department. Despite extensive media coverage, documentaries, books, and even a renewed FBI investigation in 2011, The official case remains cold. The shooter has never been identified or apprehended. The motive, whether revenge, a gang-related hit, or something more complex, remains cloaked in speculation. Christopher Wallace left behind a legacy of groundbreaking music, but also a haunting question that continues to echo through the halls of hip-hop history and American crime. Who killed the Notorious B.I.G? And will the full truth ever see the light of day? His mother, Voletta Wallace, has tirelessly fought for justice for her son, a fight that, like the case itself, remains tragically unresolved. Subscribe for more long-forgotten unsolved crime cases.